Welcome back to Why Killers Kill. I'm Dan, and tonight we unravel the life of Yang Xinhai, infamously dubbed the Monster Killer.
I'm Sara, and my heart's already racing. His case is a maze of poverty, rage, and staggering brutality.
Let's start at the very beginning. Rural Henan Province, late 1960s. Yang is the youngest of four, born into grinding poverty.
Family dynamics? Reports hint at an abusive father and a mother stretched thin, struggling to keep everyone fed.
Teachers called him quick-minded, yet painfully introverted. By age 10, he'd slip into long silences, staring out the classroom window.
Those silences, they can be early red flags. Social withdrawal often precedes later antisocial behavior, according to multiple developmental studies.
Neighbors recalled a boy who rarely played with others. Rumors, though unconfirmed, suggested he harmed stray animals. An ominous triad signal.
Right, the McDonald triad. Animal cruelty, fire setting, bedwetting. Even one component can foreshadow deeper aggression if reinforced by trauma.
At 17, Yang dropped out of school and literally walked away from home, beginning a nomadic life that never really ended.
That wandering, it gave him anonymity, but it also stripped him of any stabilizing community ties.
We see early petty crime, 1988, 1991, theft convictions, labor camps. Nothing violent yet, but the boundary lines were already eroding.
Then 1996, attempted rape, 5 years in prison. That's the first official marker of sexual violence on record.
Psychologists note incarceration can crystallize antisocial traits. Combine that with humiliation over the breakup he'd later obsess about. Volatile mix.
So, Dan, we've sketched childhood and early crime. Let's zoom into his psychological profile.
Clinical information is sparse, but behaviors point toward antisocial personality disorder, lack of remorse, impulsivity, deceit.
And yet he was shockingly methodical. That hints at psychopathy. Organized planning, emotional detachment. Hare's checklist lights up here.
There's also possible sexual sadism. Witnesses to his writings, those Plato Flats murder stories, describe vivid fantasies of domination.
Fantasy rehearsal is huge. It's the mental incubator where violent scripts mature before acting out.
Which brings us to the path to violence. Release from prison, 1999. He's unemployed, humiliated, furious after a girlfriend's rejection.
Psychologically, that rejection likely reopened childhood wounds of worthlessness, triggering a revenge narrative. Society hurt me, I'll hurt it back.
He begins bicycling across provinces, Henan, Anhui, Hebei, Shandong, sleeping in fields, day laboring, scouting isolated farmhouses by dusk.
Turning points stack. Poverty, failed intimacy, institutionalization, constant movement. Each chip removes another layer of restraint.
Let's detail the crimes. First confirmed murders, 1999. A family bludgeoned with a hammer while they slept.
He'd enter silently, wearing oversized shoes to confuse footprint measurements. Chillingly clever.
Weapons were opportunistic. Axes, shovels, hammers. He'd rape women either before or after killing everyone else in the house.
The randomness amplified terror. Men, women, children, elderly. No profile beyond vulnerability.
One 2002 case. He kills a father and 6-year-old daughter with a shovel, rapes the pregnant mother who miraculously survives.
That level of brutality points to both sexual gratification and power assertion. Control over life and death.
He discarded clothes and weapons immediately, hopped back on the bicycle, and melted into another county by sunrise.
Investigators were hamstrung. Rural jurisdictions rarely communicated effectively across provincial lines back then.
Body count climbs. 67 murders, 23 rapes by his confession. 4 years of nightly dread for countless villages.
Imagine locking your door, knowing wood and a simple latch stand between your family and a monster.
Capture arrives almost anticlimactically. November 3rd, 2003. Routine ID check in a Hebei dance hall. Officers sense something off.
Fingerprints ping. Suddenly, the ghost that crossed provinces is flesh in handcuffs.
Interrogation transcripts show no remorse. He said, "Killing people is nothing." Stark, flat affect.
Classic psychopathic callousness. Emotions filed under irrelevant.
Trial on February 1st, 2004, lasted under an hour. Chinese courts wanted swift justice.
Victims' families packed the gallery. Closure, though imperfect, began there.
Execution came 2 weeks later. Single gunshot to the head. Official end, but societal ripples were just starting.
Law enforcement reforms followed. Data sharing, better forensic training, patrol coordination across rural zones.
Now, Sara, the big question. Why did he kill?
Multiple vectors. Early neglect, possible neurological deficits, fractured masculinity, reinforcement of violent fantasies.
Experts argue his ideology wasn't political or even purely retaliatory. It was existential nihilism. Nothing matters, so everything's permitted.
That belief can metastasize into sadistic omnipotence. Each murder reaffirmed his godlike control, temporarily soothing inner emptiness.
He also targeted the weak, families asleep, projecting the weakness he despised in himself onto victims.
The girlfriend's rejection crystallized that projection. Her no became the world's no, and he answered with annihilation.
Let's not forget social context. Migrant laborers, hukou restrictions, economic disparities. He was invisible among millions of drifters.
When society renders someone unseen, their antisocial schemas thrive unchecked. Visibility can be a protective factor.
The legacy? Strengthened policing, yes, but also a scar on rural psyche. Doors bolted, lights left on all night.
Families still retell those dark winters, warning children, lock the gate. Remember the monster killer.
And academically, his case underscores the need for early intervention, mental health outreach, and cross-provincial data systems.
Because catching patterns early saves lives. Every childhood silence, every animal harmed, is data we can't ignore.
We've walked through childhood to capture, motive to aftermath. Heavy journey.
Yet necessary. Remembering victims honors them more than forgetting ever could.
Listeners, breathe. Next episode will shift continents, but tonight we hold space for those lost.
Hold space indeed. And maybe double-check that lock, just for peace of mind.
From Dark Path's research desk, I'm Dan. Thank you for joining us and staying curious, yet compassionate.
What do you think shaped Yang Xinhai's darkness? Share your thoughts, like, and leave your reflections in the comments.